Good morning. It is 4:30 in the morning on April April the 3rd, 2025. Yeah, basically the hot time when things go bad around this building. I saw the puppeteer early on in his SUV there outside the building. He's checking things out. I spoke with him briefly anyway, and yeah. Apparently, he never got my messages when I did call him, even though it was live on YouTube. I don't know. Maybe he has overload of messages, and who knows? I don't know. Whatever. The thing is, should I get that security camera? These neighbors beside the known drug dealer, they have a outside door camera. Like it's pretty cool looking. Like it's like a small silver thing with a little camera there, obviously. And I wonder how much they paid for that. I wonder. And I have a peephole camera myself. So from that side of the building, people come in the back door, their camera will catch it. In my side, I have peephole camera. They come in that side, like their place is like one side, I'm on the other side. So no matter what, they caught in the camera. I was being very objective about the possibilities of things. I'm very objective. I think the worst case scenario, to be honest, and my worst case scenario was why was this guy prowling around 3 a.m., 3:10, going to her place and her voice? She let him in, and then less than an hour later he left. So I was speculating that probably prostitution might be going on there. Who knows what? I don't know, but she did. I heard her voice and everything, all that. She's new. And yeah, that's the thing. Now I'm thinking the best case scenario. I even went to the door and tried to talk with them, but they didn't. They did not open the door. I did talk with them though, with the camera there as well. Due to the fact that they never even opened the door to talk with me, that's kind of a little bit iffy. I'm wondering why they have that camera there in the first place. Could help the security and the police as well, monitoring who comes in and out from the back door area. Considering there's a next door neighbor who was a drug dealer, but he's being good. He's being good behavior apparently. Good for him. He's actually more into I guess scaffolding or whatever, just like getting some medals and stuff and getting money for that, which is better than nothing. Good for him. That's the main thing that counts. Not illegal about that. But yeah, there was a patrol I think early on from safety services around 3 o'clock a.m. due to my fiasco of talking about the hot time. And one of them actually said native drunk, so that's a racist term right there. We'll talk about racism another time, but that's uncalled for. We have to be here on this patrol in this building because of this native drunk. Come on, give me a break. But at least they did the patrol. I know there's big fish to fry, but believe me, there's big fish to fry here. At least problem manager came and visited as well, which is a good thing. They're really looking into these matters and so forth. You're welcome. And oh God, I wake up at 3 a.m. regularly because of disturbances that have happened. The thing is, racism is a big issue in this building, very big. Uh, I have a do not please not disturb sign outside my door, and they ripped it off. Someone ripped it off and harassed me again. So that's very disconcerting. And after the patrols at 3 a.m., around 10 to 4 a.m., I could hear the one who assaulted me, charged for assault, clanging some tools or something like that. I'm not sure what exactly was happening, but he was clanging some tools and effing bitch toward me, obviously toward me. I mean, who else would? He's the one. He hates me. He's okay. Like he's doing better. He's trying to do better. I'd rather have him doing what he's doing instead of, you know. But there are still suspicious people going to his place though on and off. Unfortunately, but thanks to the neighbors right next door to him with the camera, at least that will help. See who comes in from the back door toward the his place. And I have my people on camera, so that will help with that issue as well coming the other way. But at least we're all trying to establish safety in our building, at least. I'm taking it seriously now. As for the harassment from that guy throwing something at my door, I still have the item. Yeah, I'm gonna deal with that. Oh my God. In my recovery group, I spoke mainly about nature, about the sugar bush trip we had at the farm, which is good. And yeah, unfortunately, I fell off the wagon again, and it's just the stress. And the bright side, their camera would catch whoever's coming in from the back door. And after that time, if they have the camera there, I can tell the police about that, about the time frames when these things happened, when I was harassed. And thanks to their camera, we can catch them, at least. That's the main thing that counts, I guess. We gotta work together. Oh, God. I've been a drinking binge like crazy today. Easter's not gonna be a good time for me as well. Easter weekend is the worst time for me because I was severely assaulted and grabbed by the neck by my ex-boyfriend when I was living in Quebec. Oh God, before 2009 anyway, and that still sticks in the head. Sorry. As you see Buffy in the background, my little ball of fur, Skitty Buffy. She's on high alert, checking out the door. She's on the door now. When she perks up and looks toward the door, she can hear everything. She can hear if someone's out there breathing and so forth. And the thing is, these assholes are sneaky. They don't show themselves in front of people. They stay outside the people range, which is shitty. Right now it's quiet. At 4 a.m., the guy down the hall was clanking some stuff in the hallway and saying, bitch, toward me, probably. or the girl next door who has the same name as me. But yeah, um, I'm just wondering about that activity that happened when some guy came over and she let him in, and he left an hour later. Could have been talking. They could have been talking. I'm a very objective person. I'm very objective. So I think the worst case scenario in most cases, I'm thinking prostitution, not prostituting the building, but at the same time, they could have been talking, hopefully. So yeah, I'm trying to be the best case scenario. I'm the worst case scenario kind of gal. So yeah. Um so far it's quiet, which is good. But I understand why security is frustrated. Like, we have to blah 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 do this patrol because this fucking damn drunk. And that's uncalled for. That is totally uncalled for. It is a very serious issue where harassment has occurred. They ripped my sign, please don't disturb, off the off my door, and it's total racism. Like the neighbors right next door to the known troublemaker has a security camera on their front door. And I was wondering how much it costs them for that. Should I do that? But considering I'm indigenous, they probably rip it off. They rip off my please don't disturb sign. So what's the point of me having that? Because more than likely it'll be ripped off and I'll lose 200, $300 investment into that. All because I'm indigenous. Because they are white, they have their camera there. What's stopping someone from ripping off, like, from below and from the side? And considering how much I'm being targeted as an indigenous person, the racism, extreme racism, if I had the same camera as they do, oh, believe me, it'd be ripped off. It would. It would be ripped off. Be ripped off. They ripped off my do not disturb sign. And after that, I have another sign underneath there. Didn't expect that. Even the janitor knows how it was ripped off and everything, all that. I still have the please not to disturb sign on my door. That one is glued on. So they can't move that off too easily. But they ripped off the first layer, but the second layer they cannot get to. It's glued on. Try ripping that one off, buddies. Yep. So due to the escalating harassment, I'm not sure why the troublemaker down the hall was clanging tools around in the hallway and saying bitch toward. He was mad. I get issues that guy has big time. As do I sometimes too as well, because the frustration of the harassment. Even my cat knows the stress level I have. She has been feral toward me on and off due to the escalating harassment. Like I said, it has never been this bad before, ever. At least I tried with the manager. Coincidentally, I came home, he was right there in SUV and everything, all that. He never got my messages. Apparently, that's what he said. Even though we had live on YouTube, that we called him and everything, all that. But, It's a very complex issue, what we're dealing with right now. Very complex. It's not easy. And FYI, proper manager Martin in this area, um, I suggest you give training about racism, anti-racism, toward your safety services and so forth. Give an anti-racism. Talk to them about our history. We have to know about history. We have to stop racism. I don't appreciate a safety services worker saying, "Well, native drunk. We're going to do this rounds because native drunk. Give me a break." That there is wrong. So I'm right now I'm anti-racist advocate, and I'm going to fight to the death if I have to. I won't tolerate racism from any member of anywhere at all. The term name drunk is very, very common apparently. You know how many times I've been called names? 10 times a day at least. The downtown core is pretty bad. Here is bad as well. Quebec, pretty bad. Pretty bad. Racism is rampant. And I'm talking for all the Indigenous people and all Inuit people and everything, First Nations, and it's our land. There's a lot of them who are really messed up downtown, in the downtown core, unfortunately, and I talked with them. Used to be outreach volunteer, actually. But, yeah. The racism has got to stop. And I know 2 people who have stood up for the rights. They have black eyes and everything, all that, and both of them beaten up badly. All because of a racist comment. They hear racist comments all the time, as do I. So she didn't want to talk about it too much, but yeah. After a while, it builds up like a volcano and erupt. As for these people who did that as well, they have black eyes, not in jail or anything, but they say we're sick and tired of the racism. Sick and tired of the racism. It builds up, and they stood up for the rights, and they got in a fight, black eyes and everything. But yeah, that's how bad it's getting. Unfortunately, it's getting really bad. Unfortunately, this is reality. And I suggest that community housing establishments should give anti-racism, about how to respect and not use certain terms. Native drunk is a very common term. Safety services said that we have been native drunk, blah, blah, blah. Patrol around 2 a.m. because of native drunk. Yeah, right. And she was a lady. You don't say that. No. Train your staff better to show respect to indigenous people. And the safety services, bitch, calling me a name drunk. We have to do this patrol because of name drunk. Fact is, it is a safety issue. Things have been going on around 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. Do your job and keep your mouth shut. Because that's just wrong. So I suggest that we need more more courses for your safety services people who obviously are not respectful toward indigenous people. Native drunk is a very common term, obviously. But yeah, this has to be addressed. This seriously has to be addressed. It's racism. You don't hear the term white man drunk, native drunk. You hear that all too often. Native drunk. You don't hear the term white man drunk, black drunk, Muslim drunk. You don't hear those terms, do you? Even though they're messed up as us. And believe me, it's racism. Calling me a prostitute is another very common term for me. I used to work in fashion retail in the Bay a long time ago. Like I was 25 years old. I'm 53 years old now. But I used to work in fashions and have a fashion sense. I like dressing sexy sometimes. What is wrong with that? And why shame me because I dress sexy? Call me the name of a whore, prostitute. So I like dressing sexy sometimes. So I like having one stand once in a while. Although lately it's only 2 times a year. But yeah, the thing is, all because I'm native whore, native drunk, and so many others are 10 times worse than me. Are you guys retarded? You brainwashed? You gotta use your head. And we have to get more courses for anti-racism for your safety services in community housing. There's some good ones. There's always bad ones. Thing is, we got to damn well punch this in the face, racism. And that's the main thing that counts. Yeah. Well, I think I'm ready for overnight shift. Who knows? I don't know. I'm ready to adapt for anything. Anything. Warehouse job, you know. Yes, I'm drinking. Not coffee. Yeah. I'm really on a big binge right now, but due to the racism, those people right beside the guy there, they have a fancy wancy camera outside the door, kind of silver, and it's pretty cool. But if I have that, I bet you $1,000,000 you'd be fucking torn down. It's like they tore down my please don't disturb sign on my door. So I don't think I can chance that. I'd rather have indoor people camera. And they have the camera outside the door. If I had that, believe me, it would be ripped off. It would. It would. In the case of probable racism, I'm not going to spend $200 on a camera outside my door and have them rip it off. Have them tear it off, and their camera is safe and sound. Why? I'm not going to spend $200 on a camera like that. Yeah, just talking. Can't sleep. I don't look well. My eyes look. Well, you can tell I didn't get much sleep due to the escalating harassment and everything. Although it's been cooling down lately, but it's still not over. It's definitely still not over. So I'd rather be up talking to you guys. And speaking the truth. Yeah. I'm not sure what else to say. My cat's mad at me. I've been having rages a lot lately, throwing stuff around again. I haven't done that for a long time. That's how bad the escalation of harassment is going. And yeah, just being honest. I mean, my cat is on high alert too. Whenever someone's out by the area, she perks her ears up and she goes like right toward, looking toward the she's still on alert. Look at her. She's a good girl. And she's worried about me too. But she's keeping an eye on the door. And here's perking up. My security cat. Like when someone is at the door or customs, here's perk up. If someone's near the area, she's perk up and she like a pointer dog, like she's a high alert. And you can tell she's checking on the door herself, she's staring at the door. Because that's how bad the storms are. And she's not happy. I'm not happy. We need a safe, respectable environment. We do. She's sleeping. But you're still looking toward the door. And I can't sleep anyway because that's when the storms happen, 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. And yeah. Number one factor, train your safety staff to be respectable and not make comments against Native people. Like the word Native in itself is insulting as it is. Native drunk, indigenous whore, or whatever, fucking prostitute, or whatever. That's disrespectful. I have worked hard in a warehouse a long time ago. I worked hard in retail. I worked hard. So we do not deserve any. Native drunk is a very common term, even from safety services in this building. We go here and yeah, I understand that you guys have other things to do. You have a lot of places to cover, understaffed issues, blah, blah, but do not use the word native drunk because that could be a charge for racism right there. And I could press charges. I could. I really could have fucking pressed charges against this safe service person saying that. And she knows who she is, and the proper manager knows who was on call for that. Okay, that was weird. That was weird, eh, Buffy? What was that? Okay, we have, and this building is a World War II building. House World War II. Oh, that was weird. Spiritual intervention. Oh God, it's crazy. That was weird. Even Buffy's looking at that. Yeah. What was that? She's still looking over the door. Yep. Security Buffy is in action. What the hell was that? I don't know. That was creepy. This was a World War II building, actually, housing a lot of people. This establishment was housing a lot of people from World War II back in the day. And what the hell was that? Okay, this is getting creepy. There you go. A World War II soldier speaking out loud. It is fucking creepy. But yeah. This place has housed a lot of World War II soldiers and everything, and that was fucking freaky. Okay, this is freaky. Because we got a soldier here from World War II. You know, this is freaky. Respect, respect. Um, this is freaky. Okay, I'm gonna end the stream and take care, stay safe, make wedge, and yeah, have a good and safe day. Watch your surroundings, especially being Indigenous. Watch your surroundings. Train your staff about racism. Name drunk is a racist term, and technically, you could be charged for that. So take care.